you are defending race-based discrimination. You are defending race-based violence.
I'm not defending race-based discrimination in any way. The president uses the term genocide. There is no genocide in South Africa, and frankly, it does a disservice to people in countries around the world who are facing genocide in the Congo, in Sudan, those who faced it in Rwanda and Bosnia and Cambodia has been taken from Afrikaners. Also, that's President Ramaphosa. He'll be at the White House this week. Take it up with him. Also, the definition of genocide is aimed at extermination, right? And so, although there is violence in South Africa, there's violence against black South Africans too. So when the president says that there is genocide, where is the evidence? The U.S. has not recognized officially genocide. The United Nations has not recognized genocide. And for the thousands of people who you say were let into this country who've been granted asylum, absolutely. I'm talking under the refugee resettlement program, which the president froze by executive order early in his administration.
Victor, can we take a pause and recognize the fact that you are defending race-based discrimination? You are defending race-based violence.
I'm not defending race-based discrimination in any way. The president uses the term genocide. There is no genocide in South Africa, and frankly, it does a disservice to people in countries around the world who are facing genocide in the Congo, in Sudan, those who faced it in Rwanda and Bosnia and Cambodia. So when the president says that there's genocide in South Africa, it does not exist. We should probably just start with that truth.
Okay, if you're going to allow me on your program, I'd like to speak.
You're
Again,
welcome to.
we have granted asylum to 8,666 individuals since January 20th, regardless of color or creed. It is quite frankly disturbing to me that members of the media, including people who are on this very network, are trying to whitewash the facts and whitewash the fact that these individuals have faced discrimination, racial violence, the seizure of their land based on nothing but their skin color alone. This is the United States of America, a land of opportunity, and we will help those who are facing persecution from the government of South Africa.
So you clearly are not going to acknowledge there's no genocide in South Africa. What about the genocide in the Congo? Will there be this expedited path available to the Congolese and to the Sudanese who are facing actual genocide?
Again, Victor, 8,666 individuals have been granted asylum.
You have a specific number on asylum. How many of those are from the Congo or from the Sudan?
I'm happy to come back next week and lay out all the single facts, but the fact that you have not addressed the fact that we have helped these individuals who are facing persecution, and you seem to want to whitewash the fact that South Afrikaners are facing persecution, and I can't understand why, and I think a lot of Americans can't understand why, and it's left to believe that it's because of the color of their skin, Victor.
So you suggest that I am the one here who is focused on color of skin when the president has let in Afrikaners specifically, and I'm asking how many of those who are actually facing genocide, who are from the Sudan and who are from Congo, who are being let in under some expedited path that the president has created for Afrikaners?
I don't know how many times I have to repeat this fact. 8,666 individuals have, if you will let me speak, have faced persecution.
You've repeated the number. You haven't answered the question.
Now the question is Cyril Ramaphosa going to be welcomed like this?
President Ramaphosa, welcome. Ntshavheni, Dumela, Suabona, Molo, Molweni, Nda. Wow. Mr. President, my wife and I are delighted to welcome you to Buckingham Palace this evening.
Or like this.
Gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you?
Sure. Hi, best of luck, Cupcake. Anyway, Sanmonan, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, President Cyril Ramaphosa will officially be meeting with the United States President Donald Trump at the White House tomorrow on Wednesday, 21 May 2025. Now, the president will be accompanied by these ministers, Mr. Lamola, Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, or Ms. Ntshavheni, Minister of the Presidency, Mr. Dao, Minister of Trade, Industry, Competition, or John. A lot of people, a lot of white folks are not pleased with him, especially after that, him basically breaking his silence that, listen, man, there is no genocide in this country. I guess he was also just prepping for his meeting with Donald Trump and letting everybody know where he stands. And people are just, the white folks are calling him traitor, cupcakes, puppets. The white folks are not pleased with him at this particular moment. Aibo, it's also important, Jalo, to highlight some of the white folks. Okay. Now, it does make sense for him to also attend the meeting. He is the Minister of Agriculture after all. I think when it comes from us black folks that there is no genocide happening in this country, they look at us sideways. A cry of a white person is a dangerous cry, so it becomes very difficult to convince people that actually that is not true. In fact, the truth of the matter is, these people, especially majority of those ones that are crying, they still own 70% of agricultural land in this country. 70%. A country where the majority of its people is black. White folks own 70% of agricultural land. Now, Johan Roberts, the richest man in South Africa, whose worth is over $12.8 billion. He's the one that actually secured, or rather facilitated, communication between Ramaphosa and Trump, countering misinformation about land reforms. Now, you guys, if you remember, Elon Musk's father is the one who initiated the call, when everything was happening, the call between Elon Musk and President Cyril Ramaphosa. Okay, that was the first call. And then, Johan Robert is the one which is the, mutual friend between Donald Trump and Cyril Ramaphosa. So he's the one that initiated the first call between Ramaphosa and Donald Trump after the election in November, and continued to whisper in Donald Trump's ear that there were no violent land seizures of white-owned land in South Africa. Now, I don't know, man. I don't think that Donald Trump and Elon Musk are really, really just misinformed, and I feel like this is just politically driven. Them just trying to push this white victimhood narrative. There is no genocide in South Africa, let alone white farm genocide. If you search right now, it will show there is no credible evidence of a white genocide in South Africa. That's because there is no genocide happening in South Africa. Anyway, do let me know, guys, what you think in the comment section down below.
We don't want to see people be killed. Now, South Africa leadership is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have I guess a G20 meeting there or something. But we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's taken care of. But it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about. But it's a terrible thing that's taking place. And farmers are being killed. They happen to be white. But whether they're white or black makes no difference to me. But white farmers are being brutally killed, and their land is being confiscated in South Africa. And the newspapers and the media, television media, doesn't even talk about it. If it were the other way around, they'd talk about it. That would be the only story they'd talk about. And I don't care who they are. I don't care about their race, their color. I don't care about their height, their weight. I don't care about anything. I just know that what's happening is terrible. I have people that live in South Africa. They say it's a terrible situation taking place. So we've essentially extended citizenship to those people to escape from that violence and come here.